Chapter 51. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Roar, that the Western Demon Bull King suddenly let out a roar. The other demon cows also followed the Demon Bull King and launched a savage charge towards Lu Shu. Sense of hostility. Lu Shu's eyes moved slightly, when he noticed the Western Demonic Bull King. This kind of boss could sense dangerous hostility, therefore, the effect of night concealment was ineffective. Thousands of Western Demonic cows, he launched a savage charge against Lu Shu, and the whole earth trembled. Pikachu, spread out in all directions. Form a circle around the demonic cow. Use Quake Fruit. Lu Shu immediately commanded. Pikachu used its extremely agile speed to easily fool the Western Demon Bull. They would just rush in a straight line stupidly, just like a bullfight, and could easily attract all the cows to form a herd. A circle, when 100 Pikachus complete the circle surrounding the Western Demon Bull. Yumi, release the final chapter of the grimoire. Lu Shu Dao, a golden secret grimoire book appeared on Yumi's shadow. The next second, endless golden magic power spread like a tide towards the Western Demon cows. All the demons. The cow was attacked by magic power, and his body was temporarily imprisoned. Then, 100 Pikachus activated the power of the shaking fruit. Boom! The ground cracked instantly. When Yumi possessed Pikachu, the S-level mental power using all his strength to release the power of the shock fruit, the Western Demonic cow in the circle was swallowed up by the cracks that opened crazily. You killed the Western Magic Cow, Special Beef +1. You killed the Western Magic Cow, Special Beef +1. Moo! The Western Demonic Ox King let out a deafening roar. Feeling the death of a large number of his kindred around him, the Western Demonic Ox King was completely angry. The Demonic Bull King of the West launches the Demonic Bull Roar and enters violent mode. The attributes of the Western Demonic Ox King have been increased by double. Pikachu, keep attacking. Lu Shu said. However, when the damage from the Jinjin fruit fell on the Western Demonic Ox King, it made a ding sound. The demonic armor of the Western Demonic Ox King resists physical damage. Yumi, use Magic Missile. Lu Shu Dao, the golden fishing missile, under the control of Yumi, flew towards the Western Demonic Ox King. There were bursts of golden explosions. The demonic armor of the Western Demonic Ox King resists magic damage. Can even magic be counteracted? Lu Shu frowned slightly. The effect of the demon armor was beyond his imagination. The Western Demon Bull King launched a charge at an extremely fast speed. Its attributes were already very high, and after entering the violent mode, it also gained with the double attribute increase. The speed is much faster than the ordinary Western Demon Bull. Pikachu, get out of the way, Lu Shu said. Yumi immediately gave a vigorous energy. A green light curtain appeared on Pikachu's head. Vigorous energy not only restores health points, but also has an acceleration effect. Pikachu used acceleration to avoid the attack of the Western Demon Bull King. At this time, Lu Shu took out the Holy Grail. The holy water with the power to purify demons will be dripped onto the rainbow sword. A series of sword lights with a purifying aura slash towards the Demonic Ox King of the West. Reaching the Xiantian realm, each of Lu Shu's sword lights can span 100 feet, and the damage caused is extremely exaggerated. Click. Click. After being attacked by several sword energies, the Demon Bull armor on the Demon Bull King of the West cracked open with a burst of shattering sounds. Moo! The Western Demonic Bull King was a little scared at this time. After calling his bluff, he wanted to escape. How could Lu Shu give it a chance to escape? This is a boss that took a lot of effort to deal with. Pikachu, use the shock fruit. Lu Shu said. Boom. The earth cracked open again. At this time, without the physical resistance of the demon armor, all the power of the shaking fruit was released. The Western Demon Bull King could no longer avoid the fate of being killed instantly and died on the spot. You killed the Lord of Demon Manor, Western Demon Bull King. Get Top Beef X 100. Get the Scepter and Torch +1. Get Demon Armor X1. Obtain the key to the Lost Holy Land X1. Lu Shu's eyes immediately focused on the demon armor, type, armor, grade, platinum level, attributes, defense 410, magic resistance 220, durability 500, resistance plus 30. Demon 8-piece set, 1/8, set effect, none, description, made by Demon Armor. In Castlevania, I may have other opportunities to gather more advanced armor. Lu Shu thought, the effect of the 8-piece set of dead souls is indeed a bit insufficient. Moreover, boss usually has special resistance. Lu Shu realized that if he wanted to kill the Lord Boss of Castlevania, he might also need to just find some key equipment. At this moment, his eyes suddenly focused on the key to the Lost Holy Land. What's this? Lu Shu clicked on the item description. Key to the Lost Holy Land. The demon cows in the demon farm are not raised for food. The meaning of their existence is to guard what is behind, and those forgotten pasts may be the key to killing the Demon King. Something to guard. Lu Shu's eyes moved slightly. Is there a special area behind the Devil's Farm? Do you want to use the Scepter Torch X1 to light the fire source? Yes. The next second, the fire source of the Scepter Torch became much brighter, like a holy fire in the dark night. It disperses the gray fog. Lu Shu's field of vision increased from the original 65 meters to 80 meters. Set up an exploration formation. At the command, the Pikachus immediately dispersed, with each Pikachu being 80 meters apart. In this way, Lu Shu's field of vision expanded to a radius of 8,000 meters. He could effectively observe the nearby environment. The scope of the Devil's Farm is extremely large. Big, this place is just a wasteland, and there are not many reference objects to refer to. Lu Shu left a teleportation array on the spot. Although this is a Castlevania, it is a neutral zone, and after the Demon Bull King of the West was killed, this place became a safe zone. A save point was left here. Then Lu Shu took out the pointer of destiny. I want to find the location of the Lost Holy Land. Soon, a prompt popped up. Do you want to consume Primary Soul X1 to provide guidance? Yes. The next second, the pointer of fate moved slightly and chose a direction. Lu Shu led the large army of Pikachus and shrunk the formation, so that each Pikachu was about 10 meters apart. After all, the distance of 80 meters is too far, and if something unexpected happens, it is impossible to quickly concentrate the troops. After setting up the formation, continue to move in the direction pointed by the pointer. Sacred Tree Island. Lu Shu's body opened its eyes. In front of him, portions of beef appeared. After killing thousands of Western demonic cows in the demonic manner, you can get as many of these ingredients as you want. The warehouses of clones and main bodies can be shared, and the same goes for equipment. Lu Shu took out the top quality beef, got some ingredients from those magical plants, and started making today's delicacies. Let's have a jam steak. With a thought, Lu Shu made a jam from the primary spiritual energy fruit and used it on the steak. The taste of this fruit is extremely unique and can be matched with all foods and methods. It can be said to be the top delicacy in the world. Use advanced cooking. A beautifully colored, fragrant, medium-rare jam steak is completed. Take a bite first. The chewiness of the beef and the flavor of the jam are perfectly blended together. Lu Shu tasted it himself with satisfaction. Today's listing was carried out. Trading panel. Seller, Lu Shuren. Item, special marmalade steak. Category, high-end food. Quantity, 100 copies. Condition, redeemed for primary fertilizer. Not even a second after it was put on the shelves, all the 100 ingredients were sold out. It didn't take long. The chat box filled the screen with a burst of foodie wails. I didn't get the delicious food from Lu Shu Boss this time. I feel like I'm going crazy. If I don't eat Lu Shu's delicacies for a day, I will feel uncomfortable all over. Upstairs, your problem now is not that you should eat delicious food, but that you should eat vigorously. Take good care of your body. I once again grabbed the delicious food from Lu Shu Boss, so I quickly took a bite. Oh my god, this taste feels better than last time. Wow. The ingredients for this beef are too good. I'm afraid you haven't noticed that the transaction interface has confirmed that the ingredients produced by Mr. Lu Shu are high-end ingredients, and the types in the auction are unmistakable. It's sour. I managed to grab it yesterday, but today I missed the high-end delicacies of Lu Shu Boss. This taste is nothing to brag about, but as long as I taste it once, I feel that my life has been worth it. The tree-laying boss, YYDS. At Tree Raider, boss, are there more delicious foods? I can't wait to grab them. Are you buying other people's things? Why does it feel like grabbing a red envelope? After a long time, Lu Shu did not release more delicious food again. About 100 servings per day will increase the stickiness of the market, and then let customers who cannot eat top-quality beef compete with customers who are still hungry for top-quality beef. This feeling of not getting it will only increase their desire to buy. Getting stronger and stronger. Then completely develop the habit of grabbing delicious food every day. In this way, when they want to add money in the future, they will even accept it without hesitation. Mu Yutingfeng's eyes suddenly lit up. At this time, the handicapped party will have to use their money skills. Hurry up and find Lu Shu to trade. Release a pack of advanced fertilizer. You get a premium jam steak. Mu Yutingfeng took a deep breath, and with a solemn expression, he gently cut a small piece of the steak in his hand and put it into his mouth. That meticulous movement was like performing a sacred ritual. When the taste of steak, accompanied by the familiar jam, melted in Mu Yutingfeng's mouth, her eyes suddenly turned cold. It's that kind of fruit. Mu Yutingfeng has eaten a lot of primary spiritual energy fruits and is very familiar with this taste. However, she never thought that this kind of fruit can actually make jam, and it goes very well with the taste of steak. It's different. The strong taste of black pepper, the fragrance of jam and the chewy texture of beef, when paired together, will make you unforgettable. The quality of his ingredients is also very high. Mu Yutingfeng enjoyed it for a while, then, he focused on Lu Shu's special beef and fell into thinking. I have explored so many dungeons, and it seems that there are very few places where high-level ingredients can be dropped. Could it be that? Is he already conquering the abyss-level copy? Mu Yutingfeng was suddenly surprised. Now, even the top experts at the top of the rankings are just exploring the difficult level dungeon. Lu Shu has actually reached the abyss level dungeon. This level of difficulty is completely not the same thing. World Public Screen. This kind of ingredient from Lu Shu boss is very powerful, and it seems that only abyss level dungeons can produce it. Real or fake? Boss Lu Shu has already reached the abyss level dungeon. Isn't this strange? Before the invasion of the Grey World, the boss had already achieved the first kill of the difficult level boss. Now, isn't it normal to start fighting higher difficulty dungeons? Oh my god! When I played a difficult level dungeon, I was already dying. The big guy Lu Shu actually started playing an abyss level dungeon. The gap between people is really huge. Worship the boss. A difficult copy. At Dark Knight's feet, lay the body of a difficult level boss. He opened the World Public Screen, and saw the chat on it. His eyes moved slightly. The location of the tree lifter is around 42-43. In that place, the only abyss-level copy is Castlevania. Unfortunately, it is too far away from my coordinates. It will probably take a long time before we meet. The location of Rakshasa is very close to this location. His eyes moved slightly. In Yi, Rakshasa, the location of the tree-raising man appears in the Castlevania at coordinates 43-41. Go there and look for opportunities to see if you can take down the tree-raising man. If there is no chance, inquire about him first. With your abilities, if you can complete the mission, I can give you the highest reward. Rakshasa, I obey. Leader. Coordinates 44-44. Rakshasa led several masters from the Dark Knight Alliance to form a team and successfully cleared a difficult level dungeon. After the invasion of the Grey World, most of the surviving Sacred Tree Masters had something, and after figuring out the monsters in the Grey World and the dungeon, their strength also increased slightly. Rakshasa grinned. You follow me to Castlevania. I'm really curious about what kind of strength that person on the list has. By the way, if you have the chance, you can even steal his first kill. Recently, there have been reports of boss killings in the Grey World. Many Sacred Tree Masters in the Dark Knight Alliance have the skills to escape and hide. Many boss killings were caused by them. I cleared a level after the difficult boss. Rakshasa suddenly felt that he could do it. He led several accomplices around him and rushed towards the Castlevania. After one day, in front of Lu Shu's eyes, the ruins of a civilization appeared. Tip, there is a special area ahead, the ruins of the lost Holy Land. Exploring there may yield unexpected rewards. Chapter 52. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Special Zone. Lu Shu instantly realized that he might have found the key location to break through and conquer the Castlevania. Last time in the ghost town, Lu Shu found a way to kill Red Mei Li from the prophecy. Castlevania is obviously smaller than the ghost. The town is much bigger. According to the prompts, this ruined city has clues to clear Castlevania. Enter the ruins. It's a wreck here. In the past, ancient and magnificent buildings collapsed into ruins. The ruins and ruins are in ruins. Set up an exploration formation. Lu Shu asked all Pikachus to be 80 meters apart from each other, so as to get the maximum view of the ruins most effectively. After exploring for a while, tip, there is a prophetic stone tablet here, which seems to record ancient legends. Lu Shu walked forward according to the direction prompted. The language on the stone tablet is automatically translated by the system and displayed before your eyes. Ancient pioneers once again made correct predictions. The devil will wreak havoc on the world and bring disaster. The holy city, blessed by God, is the last line of defense against the invasion of demons. Only the holy sword in the hand of the god of war can kill the devil. But it's a pity that the god of war is only a mortal after all and cannot defeat the devil's curse. Since then, disaster has spread to the holy city, and all civilization here has been reduced to ruins. The dead soul of the god of war was sublimated and survived, but was cursed by the devil and fell into a situation of no return, having lost his mind. But the devil cannot kill the god of war. It is afraid of the holy sword in his hand and the aura of his immortal heroic soul. The demon sealed the god of war to the ruins of the ruins until everyone forgot about him. After reading the prophecy on the stone tablet, Lu Shu's eyes moved. No wonder the site of Castlevania looks so much like a human city. It turns out that this place was originally a human city, an ancient holy city. But after encountering the invasion of demons, all the humans in this holy city died and became the demon city. According to the prophecy on the stone tablet, if you want to kill the cursed demon king, the holy sword is an indispensable piece of equipment. The holy sword should have a strong restraint effect on demons, and this sword is still in the hands of the god of war. However, the god of war turned into a dead soul and was imprisoned deep in this ruins. Understand the surrounding situation, Lu Shu immediately took out the destiny pointer. Find the location of the soul of the god of war. Do you want to consume primary soul X1 to provide guidance? Yes. The next second, the hand of destiny trembled on the dial and pointed to the west. Assemble into battle formation. Lu Shu said. All the Pikachus quickly gathered together, and the distance between them was reduced to 10 meters. With the guidance of the fate pointer, there is no need for such a large exploration range. Lu Shu walked towards the depths of the ruins, passed by. At this moment, a voice suddenly came from his ear. Ding. You got a devil fruit. Sacred Tree Island. Lu Shu's body opened its eyes. Boom. A wave of air rolled up around him. After this period of practice, Lu Shu's cultivation level also broke through to the second level of Xiantian. Originally, at this stage, the speed of cultivation would slow down. However, Lu Shu obtained the Spirit Gathering Tower, Tianmen and Tianji formation, which increased his cultivation speed to another level. Therefore, the speed of cultivation has also become faster. Are devil fruits ripe? Lu Shu's eyes moved slightly. He looked towards the sacred tree. At this moment, the sacred tree was a bit taller and thicker than when he just arrived at the intermediate spiritual tree. Among the golden branches and leaves, there was a fruit shining like golden light. It grows out. It's hard to imagine that this is a devil fruit. Those who didn't know it thought it was another life fruit. Lu Shu stepped forward and gently picked off the fruit. Shining fruit, type, devil fruit, function, obtain the power of the shining fruit, which can release flashes of light to attack opponents, causing great holy light damage. What a good thing. Lu Shu's eyes suddenly lit up. The shining fruit is also an extremely powerful devil fruit. In the sacred tree game, this fruit is more prone to long-range damage, but it has the attributes of holy light. Lu Shu, it is clear that the holy light has a purifying effect on demons. And this fruit would be very good if Yumi could take it. Plant it first. Lu Shu buried the shining fruit in the soil. Soon, a shining fruit tree sprung up from the ground. Shining fruit tree, variety, subspecies spirit tree, product, life fruit, cycle, 0.6 days, 365/550, remaining production times, 1, it only takes half a day for the sparkling fruit tree to fully mature. A trace of expectation flashed in Lu Shu's eyes. At that time, the troops exploring the Grey World will be brought back through the teleportation array, and Yumi can swallow the sparkling fruit. Devil fruit, there is no defensive fruit so far, for example Phoenix fruit. In terms of attack, Lu Shu's body already has the second-level innate cultivation and the profession of shadow assassin. In comparison, the devil fruit does not have that much of a bonus to him. But if it is given to pets, that power multiplied by 100 is still quite terrifying. Not to mention that Yumi is a pet with a high innate mental power. After having the shining fruit, her combat ability is even worse than before. Although the fishing missile and the final chapter of the grimoire, the power is not small, but those are magic damage, and the devil has a strong restraint effect on magic skills. If the power of the shining fruit is unlocked, Yumi's role in clearing copies will be improved to more than one level. Next, Lu Shu opens the Sacred Tree panel. Divine Tree, Stage, Intermediate Spiritual Tree, Sunshine, 240/day, 2.3 by 100, Spiritual Energy, 220/day, 2.1 by 100. Subspecies Spiritual Tree, remaining capacity, 9, total 10, products, life fruit, growth fruit x3, production cycle, 3 days, 1650/550. Growth points, 12,325, 13.1 x 100 equals 1300/day. Next stage, Advanced Spiritual Tree, 20,000 growth points. After resisting an invasion of gray fog, the area of the Divine Tree Island has increased. Coupled with the blessing influence of various mythical buildings, the sunlight and spiritual energy absorbed by the Divine Tree every day have increased. The number of growth points gained every day is 1,300, and the growth value has reached 12,000. After the devil fruit matures, the next product will be the life fruit. Lu Shu's eyes lit up instantly. During this period, subspecies of spiritual trees such as Tianling fruit and advanced spiritual energy fruit have reached all production cycles and have been decomposed into high-grade wood by Lu Shu. There are still many subspecies left. The location where the spiritual tree was planted was not used. In addition to the life fruit, this time the divine tree also produced 3 more growth fruits. All of these growth fruits can be buried in the soil to obtain 3 additional growth fruit trees. Lu Shu, it is speculated that this kind of growth fruit has a high promotion effect on the growth of pets. In addition to being able to be swallowed by Yumi and Pikachu, if there are extra, you can also feed the golden dragon koi. It can increase the number of lucky mythical creatures, so it must you have to raise it. Lu Shu feels that the reason he was able to find the ruins of the lost Holy Land so easily this time in Castlevania is also related to the lucky attribute attached to the koi. Open the Character panel. Characters, Divine Tree Master, Tree Raider, Powers, Resonance, Teleportation, Clone Occupation, Shadow Assassin, Master Level 2, Skills, Advanced Carpentry, Advanced Miner, Advanced Decomposition, Advanced Camouflage, Advanced Cooking, Training Level, Innate Level 2. Talent, 100 times increase, SSS-level, Fruit of All Realms, SSS-level. Spring Revival, SSS-level, Luck, D+, Spirit, A. Divine Tree, 2. All that is left to do is to practice, become stronger, and then wait for the fruit to mature and become stronger again. Grey World, Castlevania, the ruins of the lost Holy Land. In front of Lu Shu's eyes, an ancient altar appeared. The floor of the altar is covered with mottled sword marks, and it looks like it has been through a great battle. 80 meters ahead, the dead spirit of the god of war appears. When Lu Shu approached the altar, suddenly, a soul emerged from the altar and looked at Lu Shu with cold eyes. God of War Revenant, category, Cursed Revenant, Danger Coefficient, A+, Perception Range, 100 meters, Power, 610. Speed, 430. Defense, 310. Skills, Holy Sword Judgment, Holy Sword Guardian, Holy Sword Sweep. Description. He was originally the most popular person in the Holy City, the respected god of war, but unfortunately in the final battle, he failed to defeat the cursed Demon King. Instead, all his consciousness was eroded, and he gradually turned into a revenant monster that was difficult to kill. "Damn devils, die!" That the dead spirit of the god of war roared and pulled out the holy sword from behind. There was an evil curse lingering around his body. It can be seen that after being cursed by the cursed Demon King, the god of war has completely lost his mind and turned into a mere monster that knows how to kill. Lu Shu calmly stared at the dead soul of the god of war. Although the demon did not kill the god of war, that was because the god of war still had the holy sword on his body. His essence was still a dead soul. As long as he had the right method, he could definitely kill him. Killed. Yumi, possess Pikachu. Pikachu, use 100,000 volts. Attack the dead souls. Lu Shu commanded. Since it is a dead soul, thunder and lightning have a strong restraining effect. Under Yumi's acceleration, Pikachu immediately opened an offensive formation. After so many battles, Pikachu's current combat awareness has also improved. Very strong, he quickly understood Lu Shu's plan, and the cooperation between them was in an orderly manner. Even without Lu Shu having to say anything, Yumi knew when to release the vigorous energy, and when to use the fishing missile. Sizzle. Sizzle. Lightning flashes and the thunder dragon roars. The god of war revenant sensed the fatal restraint attack and quickly blocked the holy sword in front of him. The god of war's revenant activated the holy sword guard. Resistance to all types of attacks. Lu Shu took out the dead soul sword. Activate the magic sword 1,000 blades. Thousands of blades, carrying the aura of holy water, attacked the dead soul of the god of war. However, even this kind of attack that restrains the soul of the dead still shows a prompt when it attacks the soul of the god of war. Immune to purification attacks. Lu Shu couldn't help but frown. The dead soul of the god of war is in the form of a spirit body and is immune to physical attacks. Originally, its weakness should be its fear of purification and lightning attacks. However, the revenant god of war possesses this holy sword, making him invincible. The holy sword is immune to purification attacks, and lightning cannot have any effect on this sword. This means there is no way to kill him, that the situation has temporarily fallen into a stalemate. Although the god of war revenant was suppressed by 100 Pikachu and Yumi, he was unable to resist. However, the special attributes of this guy made it difficult for Lu Shu to kill the opponent. Sizzling. Sizzling. The huge electric current caused the body of the dead god of war to continuously retreat. Suddenly, the dead soul of the god of war seemed to realize some danger, and hurriedly jumped to the side, avoiding the fire suppression of thunder and lightning and Lu Shu. Then, returning to the center of the altar, the god of war's soul entered a defensive state again. After several rounds of attacks, suddenly, Lu Shu discovered a pattern. Whenever the Pikachus launched an attack, the god of war would, when the dead soul is pushed to the side of the altar, the opponent will realize the danger and immediately jump back towards the center of the altar. What does this mean? It is very possible that the dead soul of the god of war is not completely invincible. His existence depends on this altar. If it leaves the range of the altar, the god of war's soul may be in danger of being killed. Therefore, he will jump towards the center of the altar at the risk of being harmed by restraint attacks. Pikachu, launch a fan attack. Yumi, use the final chapter of the grimoire to suppress vitality. Push the body of the dead god of war outside the altar. Seeing the battle situation clearly, Lu Shu immediately adjusted his battle plan. After receiving the order, the Pikachus immediately jumped away in all directions, adjusted their positions, and released the 100,000 volts again. Zitzi! Zitzi! Like a thunder dragon, the electric light spread out in a fan-shaped arc and flooded the soul of the god of war. At this time, the soul of the god of war was continuously pushed towards the outside of the altar by the fan-shaped thunder light. Moreover, in this case, the soul of the god of war had no angle, it can jump back towards the center of the altar. As long as it dares to do this, not only will it have to face 100,000 volts x 100, but Lu Shu's magic knife 1000 blades, which is purified by holy water, has long been waiting for the opportunity beside the dead soul of the god of war. As long as he dares to jump, he will face the fate of instant death. Finally, the lightning-like thunder waterfall pushed the soul of the god of war outside the altar. Demons, you demons! Sooner or later, the holy light will purify you, that the dead spirit of the god of war roared unwillingly. Finally, when his figure came outside the altar, he suddenly turned into a cloud of gray mist and disappeared. Success! Lu Shu smiled. At the same time, several prompts popped up in front of his eyes. You killed the special boss of the lost holy land, the soul of the god of war. Get the god of war soul x1. Get the holy sword of war x1, holy weapon. Obtain the inheritance of the memory of the god of war. P.S. I posted it wrongly, but it has been corrected now. Chapter 53. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Lu Shu thought, immediately checked the attributes of several items obtained. God of war soul, type, gain consumable, function, gain the power of the god of war that lasts for 10 minutes. Power of the god of war, attributes, attack power plus 610, speed plus 430, defense plus 310. Skills, holy sword judgment, holy sword guardian, holy sword sweep. Description, the power of the god of war allows you to temporarily possess the power of the god of war, and it can lead you destroy the devil. This thing can play a certain boosting role when I deal with the boss of Castlevania. Lu Shu's eyes moved slightly. Using soul of the god of war is equivalent to superimposing a god of war power buff on yourself. Of course, this kind of item can only be used once. You must choose the most critical moment to use it, otherwise it will be wasted. Now, the second item. Lu Shu moved his gaze to the War Sacred Sword. War Holy Sword, category, weapon, grade, holy weapon, exclusive for demons, attributes, exclusive for demons attack power plus 1100, attack speed plus 610, soul restraint plus 110, critical hit rate plus 50%, durability 99 plus, skill, holy sword judgment. Description, this holy weapon has endless power. Of course, in order to prevent the holy sword from destroying the peace of mankind, the angel stipulated that this sword can only be used against demons. Is it exclusive to demons? But this attribute is too explosive. It's a pretty good weapon. Lu Shu nodded. The attributes of the holy weapon are quite high. In the setting of the Divine Tree game, it is a weapon blessed by angels. Of course, its only drawback is that it can only be used against demons. However, once used, if this weapon is used to deal with demons, the effect will be explosive. Finally, Lu Shu set his sights on inheritance of the god of war's memory. A prompt popped up in front of him. Do you accept the inheritance of the memory of the god of war? Yes. The next second, a picture suddenly appeared in Lu Shu's mind, passing by in front of his eyes like a fleeting horse. This memory records some fragments of the god of war's life in the holy city, including various buildings in the holy city. Temple Lookout Library. The cursed demon king of Castlevania is currently located in the temple. The observatory is a very special area. As long as you come here, through a special mirror, you can penetrate the gray fog and see the entire Castlevania. To put it simply, this is a special place in Castlevania. Standing there, you can get an infinite view. If I arrive at the observation deck, I can clearly see all the current conditions in Castlevania. Lu Shu's eyes lit up instantly. In addition, in the memory inheritance, there is also the memory of the battle between the god of war and the demon king. In the picture, the cursed demon king can use a wide range of weakening and curses, although the holy sword can restrain the cursed demon king. Beside the demon king, there are 4 major demon lord protectors. The demon lord protector is made of stone statues, and its strength is second only to the cursed demon king. Its function is to share the purification damage of the holy sword. Since the demon lord protector is not the body of the devil, but it is a special life form made of the strongest magic stone, so the holy sword has no restraint effect on it. The god of war lost because the demon lord protector shared the damage of the holy sword, and could not resist the curse of the cursed demon king. Therefore, defeated. We have to find a way to deal with these demon guardians. From the memory inheritance of the god of war, Lu Shu immediately learned the key to clearing this dungeon. The demon lord protector can share the damage of the holy sword. As long as these demon lords protect the cursed demon king, it is equivalent to having a holy sword immune. Purification type attacks cannot cause effective damage to it. However, how to distract the demon guardian is the next problem that needs to be solved. Let's head to the observation deck first. Lu Shu pondered for a moment, then led the mighty Pikachu troops away from the ruins of the lost Holy Land. After the previous exploration and sweep, there was no need for Pikachu to form an exploration formation. The western demonic cow was basically cleaned up. Lu Shu only spent half a day to return to the main city of Castlevania. He used Night Hide. Pikachu gathered around Lu Shu and gained the state of stealth. As long as you bypass Demon Castle and Main Palace, you can avoid the Lord-level monsters in Castlevania and reach the observation deck. Lu Shu knew the general situation of the entire Castlevania from the memory of the God of War. When it comes to the Abyss-level dungeon, the bosses here generally have the skill of hostile perception. If they get close, they may be in danger of being discovered. There are too many monsters in Castlevania. Capture the thief first. Capture the king first. As long as you kill the cursed demon king, many of the demon soldiers and generals here will disappear completely. Tip: 80 meters ahead, a demon guard appears. Tip: 80 meters ahead, a demon general guard appears. Tip: 80 meters ahead, a demon general appears. Go up from the passage on the side of Castlevania's main city. With the memory inheritance of the God of War, Lu Shu avoided all dangers with ease. Coupled with the Marauder's map and the Night Hide skill, I didn't encounter any risks along the way. Of course, there may also be lucky improved attributes in it. After half a day, Lu Shu arrived at the observation tower of Castlevania. There is basically no trace of demons in this place, relics belonging to the former holy city. It's relatively safe here. Lu Shu glanced around. What was strange was that there were basically no demons guarding the observation tower. When he sensed it, he found that using the observation tower's mirror requires some mental energy. Maybe it's because the demon race has no spiritual power. They are just a group of species born in chaotic order. Therefore, it does not yet have the thinking ability and wisdom of humans. Since there are no enemies near the observation tower, Lu Shu drew a teleportation array here. At this moment, a voice came from Lu Shu's ear. Ding. Your sparkling fruit tree has reached the production cycle, sparkling fruit plus 100. Sacred Tree Island. Lu Shu's eyes suddenly lit up. Coming. It's finally time to mature. It's time to turn my Yumi into a shining Yumi. Soon, the teleportation array near the Sacred Tree Island lit up with a light. After such a long period of exploration, the large army in the Grey World can come back for supplies. Little ones, come and eat. Lu Shu followed a little later, and white lights appeared in front of him. Then, the extremely delicious jam steak appeared in front of Pikachu and Yumi. These little cuties smelled the fragrance, and their eyes suddenly widened. Bah! Bah! 3 times 5 divided by 2, almost in the blink of an eye, all the steaks on the plate were eaten. Several Yumi and Pikachu came to Lu Shu, acting cute in all kinds of ways, with twinkling eyes. Little Xingxing looked dissatisfied. She was tugging on Lu Shu's little sleeve. The expression on her face was hinting. Still want it. Lu Shu smiled and said, it's really edible. But he didn't mind it either. After all, he had killed thousands of western demonic cows and had more food than he could eat. These little guys have worked so hard, so of course they should be rewarded. Yumi, go eat that fruit. Lu Shu pointed to the sparkling fruit tree and said. 100 Yumi blinked and walked to the side of the sparkling fruit tree. They looked at the fruits on the tree and suddenly became happy. They like this kind of fruit very much. Pikachu is next to it. They looked a little jealous. Lu Shu touched their heads. You have already eaten this fruit, you cannot eat it again. When there are good fruits next time, I will give them to you to eat. That when Pikachu heard Lu Shu's words, he immediately nodded obediently. In just a moment, 100 Yumi had already eaten the shining fruit. At this moment, Yumi's body glowed with flashes of golden light, it seemed as if she had transformed. It was like a shooting star, very dazzling. Lu Shu opened the pet panel. Yumi, type, magic cat, powers, hitting and blocking, fishing missile, Yumi possession, high energy, final chapter of the grimoire, shining fruit, physical, D-speed, C-spirit, A. Comprehensive potential, S. There are not many changes to other basic attributes. However, after eating the sparkling fruit, Yumi's overall potential has reached S level. Lu Shu's eyes suddenly lit up. This shows that the compatibility between Yumi and the shining fruit is indeed a good match. Suddenly, Yumi in the distance turned into a stream of light and immediately flew to Pikachu. He was eating steak. Pikachu jumped up instantly, and was startled by Yumi. His little eyes were flashing with confusion. When did this guy become so fast? Yumi came out of Pikachu's body with a smile, with a playful and joking expression on his face. He felt quite happy and satisfied that he had succeeded in teasing him this time. This scene made Lu Shu's eyes light up. Good guy. Yumi's speed has become so fast. Now Yumi, even if she comes out of Pikachu's body, her single-body combat ability is very good. Lu Shu immediately realized that after Yumi gained the ability of the shining fruit, she might be able to unlock new ways of fighting. After eating and drinking enough, she rested for a while, and regained all her mental power. Pikachu and Yumi set off again. At this time, Lu Shu also separated into two clones and headed to the Grey World together. He sent the second clone there for other purposes. The light curtain of the teleportation array descended. Soon, the large force exploring the Grey World reappeared near the observation tower. At this time, one of Lu Shu's clones stayed at the observation deck, watching the situation nearby. Because Lu Shu has the power of resonance, whether it is a clone or his own pet, he can share his vision. Therefore, just leave one clone at the observation tower. It's like lighting up the entire Castlevania map. One of Lu Shu's clones walked to the mirror. Communicate your spiritual power into the mirror. Finally, the whole picture of Castlevania was displayed in front of Lu Shu. Main hall. The huge body of the cursed demon king is almost as high as the magnificent palace, and the aura of curse is exuding from all over his body, and not far away is the devil's castle. The 4 demon guardians stand in every corner of the castle, paying attention to the surrounding situation at all times. Almost all demon guardians have skills similar to calling generals. Simply put, as long as you offend a demon protector, you will basically be hunted down by the entire Castlevania. The same goes for going to kill the cursed demon king. Except for boss and lord monsters, various numbers of demon soldiers and generals are stationed in various corners of Castlevania. The total number of these magic soldiers is probably between 20,000 and 30,000, although their individual combat effectiveness is not very strong. Gathering such a terrifying number can consume the intruder's mental energy alive. Die. Generally speaking, dungeons have specific strategy routes. Either it is a top-level dungeon team, specially forming an elite group to attack the dungeon. It's really difficult to conquer this dungeon with one person's strength alone. Lu Shu frowned slightly and fell into thinking. At this time, his eyes moved slightly. Castlevania, a remote northwest corner, several figures suddenly transformed into the night and came from a corner to kill its other sacred tree masters. The nearby demon soldiers and demon generals were immediately killed by the black mist. It can be seen from the techniques that these sacred tree masters are very strong, and they appear to be well prepared. Lu Shu's eyes narrowed slightly. The aura of the hidden figure made him feel familiar. Open the Marauder's map and take a look. Sure enough, there was someone who teamed up with Johnny last time. That the corners of Lu Shu's lips raised slightly. He clearly saw someone coming, but the Marauder's map could not show the other person's name. It meant that this person was the Crow and Gray Crane who teamed up with Johnny last time, although he didn't know who it was. But it must be one of them. In this way, the team that came to Castlevania is definitely the team of the Dark Knight Alliance. Lu Shu is thinking about how to deal with the other demon guardians without alarming the entire Castlevania. After all, the Demon Lord Protector's attributes are also very high, as well as hostility perception. It is basically impossible to kill him directly before calling the Demon General, and the arrival of the Dark Knight Alliance and others made Lu Shu's mind. A bold idea suddenly emerged. Do you want to consume Primary Soul X1 to disguise yourself? Yes. The next second, another clone of Lu Shu turned into the form of a Demon General Guard and moved in the direction of Demon Castle. Chapter 56. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. The next second, in front of Lu Shu, new, Sacred Tree, panel appeared. Divine Tree, Undead Magic, Stage, Primary Spiritual Tree, Sunlight, 130/day, 1.3 by 100, Aura, 120/day, 1.2 by 100, Product, Undead Magic Fruit, Production Cycle, 2 days, 1100/550, Growth Points, 2200, 7.4 x 100 equals 1100/day, Next Stage, Intermediate Spiritual Tree, 5000 Growth Points. Necromancer is also a type of mage profession. This way, my demonic staff can be used. Moreover, the necromancer can also drive the undead, which is very useful in the dungeons of the Grey World. No wonder Rakshasa's brain can also clear difficult level dungeons. The necromancer can control the undead, which gives him a lot of convenience. If you can't control such a powerful profession, you'd better let me do it. Lu Shu smiled softly. In fact, Rakshasa's death was also within his calculations. Through the observation tower, Lu Shu saw from the prompts that Rakshasa awakened a professional fruit-type ability. Although the guy's IQ is not very high, but the awakened professional fruit talent is really good. He is actually an S-level necromancer. Lu Shu happened to have an extra demon staff, which requires the profession of mage to use. Here among the few people, Rakshasa's sacred tree was of some value to him. Therefore, Lu Shu kept his life for a while until he killed Rakshasa with his own hands. He killed Rakshasa. Lu Shu did not forget it either. Search for corpses. As a leader in the rankings and a member of the Dark Knight Alliance, this guy has a lot of treasures. A platinum-level soul wand. There is also a silver-level soul suit. NA, map. The Revenant staff and Revenant suit are of no use to Lu Shu now. They can be directly uploaded to the trading interface for auction. At this stage of development, most of the Divine Tree Masters produce many fruits and exchange them to become stronger. Entering the Grey World to explore the dungeon and upgrading it can be regarded as making some money. At this stage, the equipment becomes particularly easy to sell. The whole people have developed a craze for exploring the Grey World. Trading interface. Seller, Lu Shuren. Products, Revenant 6-piece set, Silver level, Revenant staff, Platinum level. Conditions, exchange for a higher level superpower fruit. Hang all the equipment dropped from Rakshasa to the trading interface. Next, Lu Shu set his sights on the map. Do you want to light up the map? Yes. The next second, on the Grey World map, the grey fog located 10 coordinate points in the distance suddenly revealed its true face. Revenant Town, coordinates, 47, 49, Danger Factor, B. Boss, Revenant Kate, Difficult Level, Items, Intermediate Skill Illustration, Search Torch, Revenant Suit, Accessories, Abyss of Dead Souls, coordinates, 53, 55. Danger Factor, S. Boss, Nightmare Souls, Corrupt Souls, Undead Souls, Abyss Level, Items, Evil Souls, Book of Sages, Soul Skills Illustrated, Top. Skills Illustrated, Scepter Torch, Holy Grail. From this map, Lu Shu quickly determined that Rakshasa arrived here after conquering the Town of Dead Souls. However, the span of this map is a bit large. In addition to the Town of the Dead with coordinates, 47, 49, there is also the Abyss of the Dead 10 coordinates away. It should be a map related to the dead souls. Lu Shu guessed. The maps of the Grey World are not completely regular. Some maps are relatively incomplete, and this phenomenon of large spans will occur. Abyss level dead soul copy. Lu Shu's heart moved slightly. It can be seen from this map that the rewards in the abyss of the dead are quite generous. And, after awakening the profession of the necromancer, Lu Shu can now control the undead. If he can clear the dungeon, he can control the abyss-level undead. Boss, what will it be like? The location of 10 coordinates is a little far away. Lu Shu frowned slightly. He was still in the Castlevania with coordinates, 43, 41. To go to the Abyss of Souls, you need to go through a lot of distance. Take out the destiny pointer. The nearest abyss-level dungeon location nearby. Lu Shu thought. The next second, the pointer trembled slightly. The direction it pointed was actually the Abyss of Dead Souls with coordinates, 53, 55. Suddenly, a message broadcast by the system echoed in Lu Shu's ears. Warn. The gray fog is about to invade your sacred tree island in 7 days. All sacred tree masters are requested to pay attention to the time spent exploring the gray world and return to the sacred tree island before the gray world invades, otherwise they will face the risk of death. Countdown, 7 days. When this prompt sounds, all the sacred tree masters exploded out of their diving state. The chat box is extremely lively. World public screen. Hey, why were you prompted so quickly about the invasion of the Grey World? It seems that we were only given 3 days last time, right? Normally, our overall strength has become stronger. It will take 2 or 3 days for you to explore a difficult level dungeon, but for an abyss level dungeon, you may not be able to complete it in 7 or 8 days. Indeed, if he were invaded while he was still exploring the Grey World copy, wouldn't that person be in trouble? So, it turns out that it was Mr. Lu Shu who cleared the abyss-level dungeon and got the Grey World prompt so quickly. What else? Mr. Lu Shu just cleared the abyss-level dungeon. Why did the prompt sound immediately after? The rules of the Grey Realm will depend on everyone's status. If someone reaches the level of an abyss-level copy, then the Grey Realm will determine our overall progress in advance, so the prompt time will be longer. Maybe the progress of the difficult level dungeon was originally notified 5 days ago, but Boss Lu Shu cleared the abyss level dungeon, so the progress was notified 7 days in advance. Damn it, is there such an operation? The tree rolling boss is awesome. YYDS. This is too powerful. One person has improved the progress of 1 billion of our sacred tree masters in the Grey World. With the 7-day reminder, we can better judge how to design the strategy copy plan and calculate the progress. This can greatly reduce our planning error rate. Oh my god, this wave of tree masters has simply benefited 1 billion divine tree masters. Many sacred tree masters, through some small details, immediately judged the relationship between Lu Shu's first kill of the abyss-level dungeon achievement and the appearance of the Grey World invasion prompt. There is always a group of people who are willing to study the rules of the Grey World to find ways to survive and solve more problems. Since the first kill achievement is counted in the system prompts, maybe there is a progress in the Grey World that no one can see in the hidden settings. This progress will not necessarily be based on average strength, but may also depend on the person at the front. To put it simply, Lu Shu raised everyone's average. At this time. World public screen, suddenly someone discovered Lu Shu's new product. Lu Shu boss has listed items on the trading interface again. Damn it. I must grab these 100 pieces of delicious food today. Hey, wait a minute, it seems that what Mr. Lu Shu is putting on the shelves this time is not food, but equipment. Everyone took a look. It turned out that the products Lu Shu put on the shelves were a platinum-level weapon and a 6-piece set of silver-level revenants. Equipment of this level is worth a lot in today's trading market. The requirement is also a high-level superpower fruit. This made many sacred tree masters give up their thoughts. Sorry, I don't think I'm worthy of redeeming a platinum-level weapon plus suit. What level of development have Lu Shu bosses reached now? They sell platinum equipment. Isn't this too far ahead of others? Horrible. I am still using silver-level weapons now. People don't want silver suits anymore. Platinum-level weapons are sold as soon as they are offered. I really can't help but admire them. Hey, this platinum-level equipment turns out to be the Revenant staff. Upstairs, what happened to the Wraith staff? I remember that this set of equipment seemed to be the equipment of Rakshasa. His profession was a necromancer. The Revenant suit and the Revenant staff were his standard equipment. Does this mean that the boss of Lushu actually killed Rakshasa and then took this equipment to the trading interface to exchange for fruits? Don't tell me, this seems really possible. I sent Rakshasa the leader in the rankings. He seems to be a member of the Dark Knight Alliance, and he will kill the tree-playing boss just as he says. Who knows? Maybe this mad dog bit Mr. Lushu for no reason. Anyway, I think there is something wrong with this man's brain. This is really happening. Our team just passed by like this, but after encountering Rakshasa, these lunatics attacked us without saying a word, as if they wanted to kill us. Fortunately, we ran fast enough and escaped these lunatics. The pursuit. Holy shit. Are the people in this organization sick? I heard that they were specially organized to hunt down sacred tree masters, just to get other people's sacred trees. They also said that they only wanted high-quality sacred trees, not inferior ones. This kind of organization is really created by the devil, please let them die. Good job, Mr. Lushu. Even if the rules of the Divine Tree game are cruel, I hope they die as soon as possible for this cancer. Dark Island, it was pitch black and no sunlight could be seen, and Ye's eyes opened slightly, he looked at the chat public screen, and immediately tried to send a message to Rakshasa. The response I got was just a cold reminder. The sacred tree master Rakshasa is dead. Failed to send. And Ye's eyes suddenly became cold, this tree-lifting man actually killed Rakshasa. Is the gap that big? And Ye's expression was gloomy and uncertain. In his eyes, although Rakshasa's brain did have some problems, there were he and others around him, and his stealth skills were also full. In addition, he had the professional ability to control the undead. How could he? You should have some fighting ability, but you can't run away if you can't defeat him. Moreover, in the mission he issued at the beginning, he did not ask Rakshasa to actually kill Lu Shu. He just asked him to explore the intelligence and see what kind of skills the other party had, such a terrifying enemy, of course, and he chose to take action himself. Result: Rakshasa died in the Castlevania copy. All the equipment on his body was put on the trading interface, for sale, for a moment, and he felt extremely irritated. Rakshasa is a general of the Dark Knight Alliance, and his strength is pretty good. To die in the hands of others like this was like a slap in the face of his Dark Knight. What's more, this matter was also revealed by other people on the world public screen, which even embarrassed the Dark Knight Alliance. What the Dark Knight Alliance needs to develop is a high-quality talent strategy, and it does not want some newbies, rookies, and sluggish players. However, masters generally have their own arrogance, seeing that the Dark Knight Alliance is so weak, who would still want to join. If it goes on for a long time, it will be a huge blow to the development of the Dark Knight Alliance. Why would you really mess with this brainless thing? He felt extremely irritated, watching the constantly scrolling, world public screen. Above, a certain sacred tree master with the ID Lu Feng was laughing wildly. It makes the Dark Knight even more annoying. Lu Feng, ha 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 ha, Rakshasa is dead. I didn't expect him to be here today. Lu Feng, alas, this guy only had this piece of platinum equipment. He treated it like a treasure. But in the end, he was killed and fell into the hands of others. Lu Feng, don't grab it from me. Rakshasa had planned to lose this piece of platinum equipment to me in a bet. After what happened above, many sacred tree masters have lost a lot of favorability towards the Dark Knight Alliance, and after Rakshasa died, many sacred tree masters exposed various activities of the Dark Knight Alliance, causing everyone to despise them. At this time, Lu Feng took the opportunity to promote Muyu Pavilion on the world public screen. Lu Feng, brothers, if you are interested, you can come and consult our Muyu Pavilion. Lu Feng, our Muyu Pavilion upholds the principles of equality, mutual help, and love, sharing information about the Grey World, distributing guild benefits, forming teams to pass dungeons, and giving mentorship to newbies. Lu Feng, this is much better than that Dark Knight Alliance. Although there will be a battle between the sacred tree masters sooner or later, alliances still exist. Otherwise, many divine tree masters would not even be able to defeat the monsters in the Grey World, let alone wait until the day they fight each other. Many people also realized that Muyuj and the Dark Knight Alliance were in a hostile relationship. And, there is also a big boss behind Muyu Pavilion. Some people are doubtful, some are waiting and watching, some take the initiative to consult, and some directly choose to join, because Muyu Pavilion does not seem to have big problems for the time being, and the most important thing is that it can help you beware of these crazy people in the Dark Knight Alliance. Anyway, today is the day when the Dark Knight Alliance collapses. Sacred Tree Island. Lu Shu's body is sitting cross-legged and practicing, obtained a new sacred tree. Beside him, there was another golden sacred tree teleportation array. Let's go and see how the new sacred tree looks like. Lu Shu stood up. At this moment, a prompt suddenly popped up in front of Lu Shu, that the sacred tree master, Lu Feng, invites you to conduct a transaction.